Live from the Tully River Quail Apocalypse headquarters. Hey guys, how are you? Yeah, I just wanted to do a short video, hopefully short, on the cost of quail. What made me talk about this, I guess I can take my apocalypse glasses off today, but is I was thinking about how, 4 or 5 years ago, you'd go out your house, and if you spent 20 bucks, that's an outing, right? You go out, you spend 20 bucks, buy a couple of things at 7-Eleven, whatever. Well, then over the last couple years, right, when the gas prices started going crazy, you couldn't really leave your house without spending 100 bucks. It's like every day, 100 bucks. Well, now it's like $250. So $250 almost every time I go out. I'm writing a check or using my credit card for 250 bucks. So the cost of stuff's crazy. So it got me thinking. I had to go to the hardware store. I had to go get an x-ray at the dentist today. And, $250, there it goes. I'm thinking, well, that's about what I charge for my quail cages. And, I don't like charging $250 for my quail cages. But after I count all the materials and all the stuff, I got $30 profit in a cage that takes me, hours to build. So, I'm thinking 250 bucks, that's a quail cage and maybe 10 birds, and you could feed yourself. So how much do quail cost? I guess, I was telling a story to one person about how she and her friends were going to get together and they were all going to start raising quail, and then they're like, well, I think they're going to let me do that first. And then they're all going to come in. I'm like, yeah, I think Noah had something like that going on. Even when the clouds are there going, Noah's saying, come on, let's get on the boat. And everybody's like, well, I'm just going to wait for you to get on first. Well, we're kind of in that situation right now where, a couple hundred days to the election, something's going to happen bad before or after or during the election. I mean, the people that are in control right now, they're not going to give up control because they know that they're caught doing what they're doing. So they're going to do whatever it takes, right? Just like they did in 2020. So anyway, let me just talk about the cost of quail, because if you're not ready, you're going to sink, right? If you're not going to get on the boat now, it's going to be too late. So let me just go over this, just a simple show of, what a quail cage costs on it. So this is one of our quail cages, right? So the flooring, this special 1 inch by 1/2 inch coated flooring that we use, you have to buy that in a roll of 50 feet, and that's like $300, right? So I can only make so many cages at 3 feet a piece. So, there's a chunk there. And then this 14 gauge 1 inch by 2 inch material, that's also expensive. I think the roll of the 1 inch by 1/2 inch, that has to come in 100 foot. So again, a couple $100 every time. And then these feeders, 25 bucks a piece. Now we try to make these with a feeder on either side, and we have a divider, so we sell this as a divided cage or a 1 feeder community cage. But then we have this metal top on here that's 20 bucks. These latches are 5 bucks a piece. This material that goes on the front here, a roll of that, $19, and you only get 10 feet. So, and then the tray, and then the drinker bar. Just the drinker bar alone that goes across the back, that's $30. It cost me $30. Now, when I went to Home Depot today, I had to pick up some hose clamps for this project I'm doing here, where I keep some mails until they're picked up. So I'm going to put some mails in the mailbox. So speaking of mailboxes, you've got quail. Anyway, so I needed 3 hose clamps there. $3 a piece for a damn hose clamp. And then some of these PVC fittings, just these like T's, they used to be 23 cents. Now they're what, $1.95, $1.93. And then here's the tube that we make with the nipples and the flexible PVC and the fittings and the tubing, it's 30 bucks. So it all adds up. And then people, like, when they come, they're like, well, do I want to, make my own cage, or do I want to just buy one ready-made? And I'm like, well, you're certainly welcome to build your own cage. And, we've certainly done that ourselves. This little one we have here, that's a little brooder. We have this cage we built. But if you were to build this now, that's almost a $400, $500 deal. So, everything's so damn expensive. Everything's doubled in price, if not more. So, when you're coming down to it, you're looking at a couple $100 for a cage. Whether you buy one from Hatching Time, whether you buy one from us, whether you buy one from Winola Ranch, that's about what the cost is. So then you got to consider, if we're talking about the cost of quail, now do you want to buy hatching eggs? Right, here's our incubator. We hatch eggs. I'm going to check and see if I have any chicks in there. No chicks yet. Tomorrow they're supposed to come. But, we sell hatching eggs for $1 a piece. We sell day-old chicks for $5. And that's about the average price that we sell. And then as they get older, like these mature birds, they go up $1 every week or so that we have them and feed them. Just because it takes more to care for them, and then you lose a couple of the young ones just because they weren't viable anyway from the egg. So, we got to care for them, we got to separate them, we got to sex them and make sure everybody's clean and feed them. And the feed's expensive, right? I used to charge 20 something bucks for our Coturnix 3 feed. Now it's almost $30. And, everything goes up. So anyway, you want to consider, when you're looking at the cost of quail, you're looking at a cage, 200 something bucks. You're looking at $5 a bird. Now you can get them cheaper. You can find quail cheaper from people that are growing quail. But, are they feeding them non-GMO food? Are they feeding them medicated or non-medicated feed? Are they taking care of them? Are they just, I have a couple birds, I hatched a couple, here, you can have them. And that's fine if that's what you want. But if you want a good quality, a well-bred, something that's not overbred, then you're going to want to go with a business that is reputable and has a good reputation. And that's kind of why we started USQuail, to kind of act as a vetting service for people, so that people that want to start selling their eggs and birds on USQuail will have the ability to have a rating service, so you know who you're buying from and you kind of know what you're getting. And then these people also, the people that sell on USQuail, will have the ability to post articles and stuff, so you can know who you're buying from. And also, some people might not want to be identified as a seller or an owner of quail, so you can also register under your member number, and you can have all your mail forwarded to a Proton end-to-end encryption mail through our Proton server, and you don't really have to be listed as your name or your business name. You could be listed as an identity, a USQuail entity, and be listed in your city, and obviously not put up your street number. The goal is to be able to have a protected community, cooperative, member-owned community that protects everybody, our security, our identity. And eventually, if we can get enough people in enough states to get registered as certified poultry technicians, we can start collecting our own samples, sending them off to labs that aren't government labs. And if you feel that something's, somebody's sick in your covey and you want to get it checked, then you'll be able to send your sample off, learn how to send samples, learn how to collect samples, or call somebody who has been certified and go through the state. But that way, we'll protect your identity. USQuail will protect your identity. All right, anyway, back to the cost of quail. So you're looking at a couple $100 for a cage, unless you build it yourself. Some people have stuff laying around. I just picked up a little crate that I'm going to probably use for something, even if it's just a transport box. So you're looking at that. You're looking at about $5 a bird, up to $8 a bird if you're getting Coturnix, jumbo Coturnix quail. And then you have to count, well, how many eggs do I want per week or per day? So if you have 5 hens and 1 rooster, you're getting 5 eggs a day, and that's 2 years. So you want to have the rooster too. Plus the rooster stimulates the hen, gets her juicy, I like to say. Anyway, so having 1 rooster, 5 hens gives you 10 eggs. You can put 12 to 14 birds in this cage, depending on whether it's a community cage. We like to put 5 and 1 on either side with these large doors with a divider. So that gives us 10 eggs on either side. We have 6 or 8 of these going at a time, and that gives us the amount of eggs that we want. But you know, 10 eggs a day might be good for your family. The goal would be, in my opinion, is to have enough eggs, have enough food for you and 2 neighbors, and then talk every 4th neighbor into raising birds, right? Because you don't want them all coming to your house when shit hits the fan. That's my philosophy. All right, hey, look, in the link below, if you have different prices for where you buy your quail or your state, I'd like to know that. So put it down on the bottom what you think the average price is per day-old chick and per adult hen in the comments below. If you're from out of state, you're from California, you're from Oregon, you're from whatever, let me know. I'd like to include that in the USQuail Cooperative pages. Alrighty, hope you made it through the apocalypse. That's pretty much over here in Pennsylvania. I guess one other thing I wanted to bring about here is, you know, we do see stuff about, let me put you on my face here just for the end. We do see stuff happening in Oregon and even in Pennsylvania with Amos Miller, the milk salesman, and you know how the government, and they're coming after us people that want to just grow our own food and maybe share some of that with our neighbors. I really believe Pennsylvania is going to be a nidus, a linchpin for this New World Order, globalist food, global food factory process, right? I think because of the Amish population we have here, they need to put down Pennsylvania and set some precedent here, and then they can use that across the country. Now, if you look into the legal shim-sham that went on with Amos Miller, right, and you look into some of the stuff that the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture had said concerning their reach, right, their ability to rule outside of Pennsylvania, they believe that they have the right to shut down Amos Miller's customers in 6 or 7 other states. They believe, Pennsylvania believes they have the right to set laws for other states, right? Now that was found by a judge not to be cool. So now Amos can't sell stuff in Pennsylvania. He's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, farmland, Amish farmland, but he can sell in Ohio, he can sell in Michigan, he can sell in New York, he can sell in these other states, but just not in Pennsylvania where he's from, which is kind of weird. So they relaxed that law, but if it was up to Pennsylvania, he'd be stricken across the country. You know, we're going to have to stand together. And again, about this USQuail Cooperative initiative here, you know, our Facebook groups are cool, right? I mean, it's nice to have friends and talk about, hey, what'd you do? How'd you do? How was your stuff? Learn some stuff about growing Coturnix Quail or even bob white quail, whatever. But that's not going to be good enough, right? We need to have an organization of membership that has some money behind it, right? And, you know, we're only asking for $5 for your membership if you want to sell and buy on, you can buy on USQuail for free, but to sell anything on USQuail, you know, it's $5 a cup of coffee, right? And that's going to help support us. That's going to help us get some legal teams together. That's going to help set some laws, maybe be proactive in some of this stuff that we're looking at. It's going to help us advertise and get more people growing, because the more of us that are out there, the more of us that are together, the more of us that are organized, the harder it is for them to make us fall, right? So Facebook's great, like I said, but do you think Zuckerberg's going to stand behind you when shit hits the fan? No, he's not. But USQuail will, right? So if you get a chance, the cooperative isn't up yet. There's an info page at USQuail.com, but the USQuailCoop.com. As soon as I can get to it, I'm going to get it to go live. I'm still working on it to get the privacy for the emails together, and I'm trying to work out so that you can hide your identity, or at least obfuscate it, so that you don't, if you don't want to, you don't have to put your business name out there. Again, if you want to put your business name out there, that's fine. If you want to register for a business, if you want to file, create a C Corp or an S Corp, or other entities, we'll help you do that. We have all the paperwork and everything right there for you to click on in your state, or tell you what state's best. We have ways for you to start bank accounts, how to get your EIN number for free, and a bunch of tools that you could use, such as the hatching calculator, software to view inside your incubator while you're hatching, some accounting software that's free, and how to get a free business number for your business so it doesn't go right to your cell phone, and anything we can think of that's going to be helpful. Stuff that we use here at our own business at Tully River that we're sharing with anybody that wants to learn, right? And we're not the only contributors to USQuail, right? It's something that we all can write articles for. There's a simple way. You click on a button, submit an article, put up a picture, and it's there. It's out there. And so we're the ones that can help educate the new people. And if you think about it, the number of people that are raising quail right now, I mean, what is it? 1%, if that, of the population? Now, with Coturnix quail being 33% of Spain's diet, and a staple of all Asian diets in the Philippines, China, Japan, right? That's where Coturnix quail come from. Japonicus, right? Being able to create a larger industry of homegrown producers, it should be easy, right? So we need to do it. We can't let them stop us, and we need to have the support, and Facebook's not going to be the one to help you. Going to Coturnix Corner is cool, right? It's nice. Support Terry, right? But, you got to have some oomph behind your voice, and that's what we're going to bring. Alrighty, aside from other things with the USQuail, with the ability to be an affiliate and earn some money from basically just sharing the knowledge, sharing the wealth, spreading the word, basically. It's another profit center for you, for your business. And also the monies that we get from dues that aren't earmarked for other projects in the future. And these projects are stuff that every member gets a chance to vote on. So, if we vote on not doing anything, then that's fine. But if we vote on, like, hey, we want to open up a podcast portal and training center so everybody who has businesses can start doing podcasts, so they can create a Quail TV channel right on USQuail or Roku or whatever, right? So if that's something that we want to do as a cooperative, then that's where we'll put some funding towards, and we'll develop that, right? And we'll get more people on board. And if we want to put more money into legal, we'll put more money into legal. But that's something we'll vote on once a year, at least once or twice a year. And then you'll also be able to contact your state cooperative member and work through that steering committee. If your state has special needs, like I said, Pennsylvania is something that's pretty important right now. So we have a lot of folks in Pennsylvania that's interested, that will probably get signed up here once I launch the USQuail Coop. But I don't know. I can't stress enough. The time is running out, right? We're going to need to be getting some food. Sorry to blackpill you here, buddy. But everybody needs to be growing their own food. You can grow lettuce and stuff. That's cool. But you need protein too, right? And you can't raise cow. You can't raise goats all the time. But, and even chickens, you know, you need 5 acres for chickens, but you can have parrots and therefore you can have quail, right? Same thing, same law, right? So start growing some quail. All right, this is Doc from Tully River Quail. If you have any questions, please just leave them below there. If you like this little story I told you, share it with somebody. And I want you to stay free. All right? Over and out.